Hello everybody, Michael Ringtail here. I got sent this video from a channel called Mass Resistance. Does sound like a good band name. It was titled, What Has Gay Marriage Done to Massachusetts?
My name is Brian Kamenker. Pro-family groups across America and from Britain to Australia have asked me to share what same-sex marriage has done to Massachusetts, which was the first state in the U.S. to allow this travesty.
So what has gay marriage done to Massachusetts? Well, let me tell you. Children are being raped in the streets. Men are paying to have sex with sheep in alleyways. Other people are proposing that they be allowed to marry their toasters and appliances and their lemurs.
It's been used as a hammer to force everyone to accept homosexuality.
What's really happening, though, is LGBT people are being seen and treated more as equal human beings.
Oh no!
Dun dun dun! So let's get right into this thing.
Things started happening in high schools across the state. Businesses and corporations were affected in ways nobody anticipated. Hospitals and public health have really changed and really been affected.
Wow. With production skills like that, how can anyone not listen to this guy drone on for 20 minutes about how, oh, woe is me?
Wedding photographers, halls, caterers, etc. must accept same-sex marriage events or be held liable for discrimination.
Homos being treated and seen as normal human beings. Pamphlets promoting acceptance being given around. Ooh, pamphlets. Beware the pamphlets.
Kids were given literature from national homosexual groups, telling them how it was now to be considered a normal part of society.
They're everywhere, being handed out by teachers and doctors and gay people at bars.
And lots of other things were handed out.
And these are all things that are promoting acceptance from people. So, why are these bad things? Tell me why.
People can get fired from their jobs for expressing religious objections to same-sex marriage. His letter of termination said that his comment was inappropriate because, quote, in Massachusetts, same-sex marriage is legal.
Oh no! An employee can't use his religion to discriminate against someone's orientation of attraction. Huh. Almost like every place I worked for where someone couldn't promote the idea of how great things would be if just black people were separated from everybody, right? Your superstitious beliefs have no bearing on reality, the workforce, or law. If we cater to one religious demand from a particular religion, then we have to abide by everyone else's religious demands. It's that simple. You either have to cater to them all or none at all. How is this a bad thing? Once again, I ask.
Businesses are often tested for tolerance by homosexual activists. The activists will go into restaurants or bars and publicly kiss and fondle each other to test whether the establishment demonstrates sufficient equality. And if not, the businesses can be fined and punished.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they just start butt fucking right there on the tables too, right? Just to make sure they're abiding by the law of this anti-discrimination. Gay marriage is legal, therefore everything is just okay now, right? Indecent exposure. Hey, I'm gay. Oh, look at my wang. Whoa. Yeah, that's how it works, right?
The legal profession and the judicial system.
Okay, I can't take this anymore. Block your shots accordingly. I could fly a goddamn plane above your head.
The Massachusetts bar exam now tests lawyers on their knowledge of same-sex marriage law. In 2007, a Boston man failed the Massachusetts bar exam because he refused to answer a question about homosexual marriage.
Okay, so some idiot decides to not answer a question based on superstitious reasons. Okay, here's the thing. If a fact of reality compromises your beliefs, then you reevaluate your beliefs. Fuck what you believe in, fuck what I believe in. What matters is what is real, what is ethical, what can be observed and measured.
Public officials are afraid of being accused of wanting to, quote, take away rights. And this fear has expanded to suppress any meaningful debate on all homosexual-related issues.
There is no debate on this topic, just like global warming, evolution, or the earth being round. Gays having sex has no negative or positive effect on society. It just is. It's like the rain or flowers blooming in the wind.
The state's adoption and foster care workers went through a massive indoctrination on, quote, LGBT youth awareness.
No, kind sir. Teachers and government inform and educate. Religion indoctrinates. Got this backwards. You kind of got to switch it around a little bit. Put one here, put the other there. Boom, you got it. Switch A with B and you're done. Education, indoctrination. Education, indoctrination. This guy goes on and on about how forms have been changed to be non-gender specific.
Shocking changes was to the marriage license itself. It doesn't say husband and wife anymore. It now says Party A and Party B. 2 men or 2 women can now be listed as the parents on birth certificates.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Teachers are to recognize transgender students and allow them to be identified by the gender they identify with.
That boys who decide to dress as girls should be able to use girls' restrooms, play on girls' sports teams, and be addressed by a girl's name, without the parents' knowledge or consent.
Without the parents' consent! Oh no! As if the parents are just experts in psyche when it comes to children, right? Because they're parents, they automatically know all this shit.
The 2 kids in this photo from the Boston Globe were identical twin boys. One of them decided to become a girl. The hospital has set up a gender change clinic for pre-adolescent children to be given hormones and drugs to delay puberty, including growth in height, in order to facilitate body mutilating operations.
Okay, no one doesn't just wake up and decide to be the opposite gender. These things are recognizable at a very early age.
When I was a little baby, I always used to be a girl, but my mom and dad didn't know that. So I couldn't talk then, but when I was old enough that I could talk, I dressed up into a girl. And my mom said, why are you dressing up like in a girl? And I said, because I'm a girl.
All right. We had to make, some exceptions so that way he would calm down.
I want to do boy stuff. I don't want to do girl stuff. That's why I want to be a boy.
Oh yeah, I know you like guns. Do you feel like you're a boy now that you have your hair and your clothes and everything else?
Yeah.
The difference is now, today, we are able to recognize it, accept it, well, at least more people are able to accept it, and help the transition. Because, guess what? We've seen what your methods have done over the past 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years. Hell, 20, 30 years ago, this person would have likely been abused by their parents, taken to some camp or an asylum. You've had your shot. I think it's time to give acceptance a chance. I know you don't like experimentation. I know you don't like that shit because that's only for progressives.
The Parents of the Year honored by the Massachusetts Department of Social Services were 2 men who were married to each other. The men had adopted a baby through the state. against the wishes of the baby's parents, by the way, according to news reports.
Orphanages can't discriminate against LGBT people either now. Oh no! A kid gets adopted by a gay family, despite the parents' wishes that he doesn't get adopted by a gay family. Whoa! So why do the people that give him up all of a sudden have a say in this now, according to you? You know, they gave him up. To me, they don't have a say in anything at this point. You know, if it upsets you so much, next time just get the fucking abortion. We now get into the segment of church services being disrupted because they're discussing how to take back Massachusetts so that bigotry can once again reign supreme.
The Tremont Temple Baptist Church in downtown Boston held a religious conference on issues surrounding homosexuality and gay marriage. Over 100 homosexual activists came to storm the church, using bullhorns and screaming obscene slogans. Boston riot police had to keep them from entering. They even dragged a coffin to the front door.
You know, I'm all for free speech, but these services being disrupted, I feel the same way I would about a KKK rally being disrupted.
White power! White power! White power! White power! Blue power, motherfuckers! Miami PD!
Oh, damn. It's the Negras.
Fuck these people. Fuck your inept video skills. Fuck your superstition. The facts and all the evidence is there for you to read and study and learn. You have no excuse.
The slippery slope is real.
So we get to my favorite part, the slippery slope argument. And right away he's got another pamphlet to show us, right?
Recently, the governor of Hawaii even admitted that if gay marriage passes there, a polygamy lawsuit by the homosexual movement will probably be next.
Polygamy! Wow! You know what I gotta say to that?
So fucking what?
Alright, so I'll dive into this a little more because that's the main thing that they've been waving around all this time. Oh, gay marriage will lead to polygamy. Gay marriage will lead to polygamy. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, so polygamy. Who the fuck cares? It has nothing to do with gay marriage, but if some people want to have multiple partners, well, I'm sure there's some legalities we've got to work out. You can't have it based on religious reasons, so you got to treat both genders as equal. But that's a whole other video altogether. And this is a fallacy. But he does get into a different slippery slope about LGBT being accepted in other areas now too.
All insurance in Massachusetts must now recognize same-sex married couples in their coverage. This includes auto insurance, health insurance, life insurance, and everything else.
There's two different types of slippery slopes. You have this slippery slope fallacy. X leads to Y, leads to Z. Gay marriage leads to polygamy, leads to donkey sex, leads to toaster sex, etc. Here you have a slippery slope of, oh no, LGBT are being accepted in marriage. Now they're being accepted everywhere. They're being treated as equal. Oh shit, Hitler's gonna rise from the grave on a T-Rex and conquer the United States. I know it. As opposed to the opposite type of slippery slope, which is, oh, I don't know, gay marriage being banned, sodomy laws being reinstated, and the next thing you know, you're deemed mentally ill and are no longer to drive the streets. Hail Russia! To wrap this up, this guy is upset because LGBT people are being more accepted now in his state against his will and wishes. You know, if it were up to this guy, the only help and assistance LGBT people would get for their challenges would be a prescription, wink wink, and a daily dose of Jesus. Oh, in an abusive relationship? Well, you better get out of that and get to the opposite sex right away. Doesn't matter if you're attracted to them or not, doesn't matter if you're compatible or not, You gotta marry that opposite gender because it's your sworn duty as a human being. Oh, got an STD? Well, just stop being gay then, and now take care of itself. At least you might die a horrible death because, you know, you've eliminated all treatments of AIDS because only gay people get AIDS. But hey, you get to go to heaven when you die. Woo! Oh, you think you're a girl now and you were born a boy? Well, we better get you to church right away so that people can tell you how you are going to hell.
And the Lord walked me over to the river and said, look. And in the air, in the flames, was big black letters out of the book of Romans. And it said, lovers of their own flesh more than God's commandments. Men loving men, women loving women with no fear of God. It was the word of God written in the fires.
He'd be happy if the only support gay people got were prayers and they'd be forced to be ashamed of themselves. And the entire time, he hasn't really told us why these are all bad things that are happening. They're being accepted. Oh no. Why is this a bad thing? Why? I've been asking this all the time. And you might be thinking, oh, don't I want people like him feeling ashamed of themselves and being driven away like they've done to gay people? No, not really, because I want people like this to challenge their way of thinking. I just want them to ask why, which I've been asking this entire time. Why? Why are these bad things? Why? He never explains exactly why these things are bad in the video. He just turns this whole thing into a montage of, look! Look!
Look! Look! Ew!
So I've seen what gay marriage has done to Massachusetts, and I look forward to seeing what it does to Texas, too. Florida, and California, and Michigan, and Ohio, and Washington, and all the other fucking states. Till then, I'm Michael Ringtail. Good night!
And it's getting even more radical.
As we've shown you, the slippery slope is real. And moreover, all it takes is one state to enact it, and the activists waste no time beginning their work there and in neighboring regions that haven't yet been overcome.